Hello, Object Show friendos. Mikey Bly here with another Object Show Roundup episode. Hope you're all doing well, feeling awesome, or as awesome as you can possibly feel. If you're not feeling awesome right now, I sure hope you feel awesome soon, or at least a little bit better. I am excited for this episode because we've got so many cool updates to go over. We've got 3 episodes of stuff to talk about. 3, I know, I'm really packing stuff in here. Obviously, one of them is BFDIE, because that's going to be a weekly thing for a while, so that's going to become a standing item for a while from Jack and Jellyfy, just really taken on over here. But yes, the other 2 things are brand new things. Well, brand new things to this show anyway. But yeah, I'm really excited to dig into everything. So, let's just get cracking, shall we? So first off, straight away, we are going to go into something new that I watched. Something new that me and Ruby watched, my kiddo. I always have to specify everything I watch. I do include Ruby in the watch with me because they're the ones that got me into the OSC to begin with, and so whenever I discover something new, I want to make sure they get the chance to watch it with me as well. So what we watched is a small little prologue of a show called THREEEE by zippedties, or finneas. Take your pick. And this was a wonderful little just more. It's like an extended teaser in a way, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it. And I guess, you know what? I will say spoilers because there's spoilers, even though this short is like less than 2 minutes long. But still, if you haven't watched it, and you want to watch it yourselves, there will be spoilers for this 1 minute and 43 seconds. Just so you know. Highly recommend going to check it out. Really fun, nice little thing to get things started with. I'm really excited to see where the story goes from here. But for now, we are just going to dip into this little intro. So if you haven't seen it yet and you're planning on watching it, or you didn't know about it until I mentioned it, but you do want to go check it out without me talking about it, or without knowing what's happening, then you can total up and do that. But then it would be wonderful if you pop back and listen to my little waffle afterwards, which I always do say, but it's not obligatory, of course. Okay, so we start with a phone alarm ringing, a nice classic start to so many things, and an introduction to the character TJ as he goes about his morning routine before heading to his job at a coffee shop. My favourite little moment in this short little episode comes just as TJ walks behind the counter for the day.
Your total is $8.75. Yes, it's $8.75 for a coffee and a single cake pop. If you want to complain about the price, go somewhere else.
That switch from here I am at work again face to the smiley customer service, I can do this face, and then immediately to the I hate this job and everyone who walks through that door face. It truly is immaculate. It captures all of those emotions all in one go. Everything you go through during a working day. Loved it. It was so well done. We find out that the customer that's giving TJ trouble is called Beth. She makes herself super endearing right off the bat by saying that she hates minimum wage workers. Well, how about you make your own darn coffee, Beth? And make your own darn cake pops, Nobody's forcing you to come in here and pay these exorbitant prices, which also TJ is not the one that sets those prices. And, it's just I've seen too many people like that, and it really bugs me. But so Beth, as written as a character, does an awesome job. Doesn't exactly have a bajillion lines, but nails it. Absolutely nails it. Anyway, sorry, might be projecting just a little bit. TJ's boss, Mel, then leans in and is picking up on some vibes, shall we say.
Today has not been your day, has it, TJ? Damn, that rhymed.
Not at all, Mel.
Well, tell you what. Anything else stupid happens today, I'll give you the rest of the day off.
Hopefully, you don't have to do that.
You need a break anyway. You haven't used up any of your vacation days this year. Somehow. You can have a cookie or something to make you feel better, alright?
Thanks, Mel. You're my favorite manager.
We all need a boss like Mel. For real. Offering the rest of the day off? Complaining that an employee hasn't used vacation time? Instead of complaining when they do use it? What a dream! Also, love Mel's little eyebrow piercing, by the way. We don't see too many characters in, like, object shows that have those kind of body modifications, and I just had to point it out and say that I thought it was really cool. TJ then receives Beth's order and announces it's ready, while Beth sits and stares distractedly out of the window. It looks like she's the only customer waiting for an order as well. She finally comes to collect her order, takes a long sip at the counter. Before TJ can tell her to move along so other customers can be served, she either spits out the mouthful that she just drank, or she throws what's left of what's in her cup at him. Can't tell from the angle you see it from, but either way, that may well be the day's breaking point for TJ. He may well take the rest of the day off at that point. I know I would. But we won't know for sure, because that's where the episode ends. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in... Well, this is episode 0, so I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens in episode 1. I really like what we have so far. Like I said, there's only 2 minutes to really pour over here, but it really feels like another object show that's just characters doing their thing. Like Lunchbox Kids, Noya, This is Scrapbook, you know, those kind of like just more kind of down-to-earth, just everyday occurrences situations. I really like that. And it was actually Minty who mentioned this show to me as an inspiration. If you've watched the interview with Minty, by the way, then that was brought up during the interview, and that inspired me to go and watch Tears. So, you know, and when I mentioned Noya, but since it's Minty that mentioned it, there's no surprise. That's where there's that kind of connection, because Minty said, I wanted just objects people just doing their everyday thing, you know, no big, massive, overarching thing. Even though there's a lot of universal law in Noya if you read the Google Docs, but on the whole episode is just someone going to their job, falling out with the friend group they have, and making a new friend, you know? So that's what I really liked about this. Very down to earth, very kind of casual. There is another video from just 2 weeks ago-ish. It's audio only, but it's worth checking out if you also go to check the prologue out. It documents a phone call between a mysterious unknown caller and someone called Delfino, which could be setting up some deeper storylines for the show going forwards. You know, I'm feeling like the bunch of characters are going to interact in some way, shape, or form, right? Because otherwise, well, what kind of show would you have? But anyway, I'm really interested, yeah. Overall, love the style, as always. Love the little snippets of the characters we've seen so far. And love just the, you know, I'll say it again, the down-to-earthness of it all. It was mentioned in the video description that future episodes will run a bit longer than this, all over 5 minutes. So, yeah, looking forward to the next episode for sure. Keep up the awesome work, zippedties. This was a wonderful little dip into the world that you've created. And without further ado, let's get straight into another new show that me and the kiddo watched together this week. And this is a newer one, actually. This one only came out this week. So it just came across my desk. It just, you know, it's one of those ones. Sometimes when people recommend me things, I might check into it and go, oh, there's like 5-6 episodes already, you know, I might not always get straight into things. But if there's only just one episode, it's a brand new thing, I might be able to get to it quicker. Again, there's no guarantees I'll be able to get to everything that gets passed my way. I will always try my best. But this one just popped up. I was like, you know what? I've got some time. Let's check this one out. It is Warped Reality from Gage. Oh my gosh, Gage-chu. I'm not going to say Gage because the profile on the channel says, or you can just call me Gage. I'm going to go with that. Anyway, this is, a brand new show that just came out this week. And yeah, it was really good. Going to get stuck into it. But I'm going to do the usual thing. You know what's coming, don't you? Oh, spoiler warning. Because we're going to go through the whole episode. Everything that happens. All the character interactions. All the little bits and pieces. So, if you haven't watched Warped Reality yet, and you are planning on watching it, and you don't want to know nothing about it, then, yeah, you can hop on past this chapter, but maybe come on back afterwards. I'd really appreciate it if you did that. But if you don't want to, that's also fine. But that's it. Spoiler warning. And now we're going to get into the episode. So it starts with one of the most bangerific theme songs I have heard in quite a while. And it's well worth checking out. So I'm going to play it. Oh, I am getting amazing vibes right away from that. It's like really brings to mind like things, shows like Phineas and Ferb and like the Total Drama series, you know, it's like, which is funny because that's also elimination based show. But great stuff, like very energetic start to things. Whoever put that theme show together did such a good job. It was so amazing. But anyway, then we do get into things, meeting Angel Ring, who wakes up, goes to sit out in front of his house, pulls out a sheet of paper, starts reading from it, before the mailman, Oil Lamp, shows up.
Good morning, Oil Lamp. How's life been treating you?
It's been swell. How's about yourself?
I'm alright. What do you got for me today? More advertisements?
Not this time, buddy. It's from Ginger.
What's it about?
An invitation.
Where to?
See for yourself, bud. I have to go make other deliveries.
So, something other than junk mail for a change. That's always a miracle in my book. It's wonderful when you get an actual envelope. Like, oh, wait, it's not just a flyer. Amazing. Also, I didn't miss that little glance to the empty chair that we got from Angel Ring during that discussion. So did someone leave him? Did someone pass away? Was the paper he was reading before the mail was delivered something to do with whoever used to live with him? Already some mysteries in play here that we will surely dig into deeper at some point. Anyway, who is Ginger? What's this letter about? Well, the letter explains that as it's the 50th anniversary of Camp Cinder, Ginger thought it would be fun to have a good old-fashioned competition like the old days, and invites Angel Ring to come along to help out. So, Angel Ring then sticks on an old videotape, watches an old trailer for Camp Cinder, where we learn that Angel Ring used to be one of the camp counselors, and also used to be a police officer. Oh, if that's going to play into things in any way, or if it's just a little piece of extra information for us, we'll see. After watching the video, Angel Ring takes a call and arranges to meet someone for dinner. Is he going to take up the offer? Well, we won't find that out for a while, because now it's time to meet all of the characters who are going to be heading to the camp, and some who may not be. Basically, just a bunch of kids figuring out what their summer's going to look like. First up, Strawberry and Froyo, frozen yogurt. Sorry, I say yogurt, not yogurt. I'm sorry if that's weird. And Froyo's thinking about getting a summer job, while Strawberry's Gramps wants to go to San Francisco. So far, saw no mention of any camps. Someone then comes running out of a nearby restaurant with a pan on fire and asks Froyo specifically for help. Froyo's at a loss as to what he can do. I mean, isn't it obvious? Why do you think you're being asked for help specifically?
Hey, you!
Yeah?
I could use some help here.
How so?
I'm holding a burning pan.
Just...
Oh, for the love of... Sorry to get a bit heated there, but thanks for the help anyway.
It's okay.
Do you guys not have water?
Well, yeah, but...
What's going on? Oh, my goodness, are you okay? We had a burning piece of food in the kitchen and we're trying to put it out from my understanding. I am so sorry that happened. Is there anything I can do to make this better? Maybe a meal complete on the house would be good?
Sure?
Great, come on in. Watermelon, Get them a table! Buttercup.
I know. I'm sorry, I just wasn't thinking. Orange was yelling at me to get it out, so I ran it out.
Look, I'm not mad. Just you pay for one and I pay for the other, yeah?
Okay.
So yeah, now we've also met Buttercup and Fedora, who work here at this restaurant. Buttercup seems a bit scatterbrained, panicky a little bit with how they handled that pan. To be honest, that's kind of how I would react in that situation too. If someone else was panicking in a situation who was a superior, who was like my boss or something, I would probably think, I don't know, and I'd just run away and try and figure it out while, I probably would not be the best in that situation either, at all. But I would definitely try my best not to scoop a piece of someone's head off to deal with the issue, so maybe I'm not quite as bad as Buttercup is. We hop on over to a store called Buttes of the Valley now, and 3 more new characters. Ah, hello there. And one of them, Aquamarine, gets on the wrong side of a customer. Yeah, we've got a cheeky troublemaker here, and the boss pulls him into the back to give him a good talking to, but his happy-go-lucky attitude lands him in hot water, and both him and his friend, he's called Rim, by the way, get thrown out. Now, I'm not sure if they got fired, or if the boss just didn't want to see them for the rest of the day, but either way, they're out of there. For now, or maybe forever. I don't know. I did feel bad for Rim in this scene, though. He gets thrown out for giggling after Aquamarine says something cheeky, but he could have been laughing at something on his phone. Although I guess that's not super professional either, though, is it? Outside, the other character that was with them at the counter, Turntable, comes out to tell them that she's put in a 2-week notice from the job, and then mentions the camp. Oh, finally, we have a mention of the camp.
Oh, did you all hear about that summer camp this weekend?
Oh yeah, are you guys going?
Yeah, my parents said I should go because...
Because...
never mind.
Okay, anyway, yeah, Gemboy, of course I'm going.
Awesome. Well, I'll see y'all then. Hopefully we can get in the same cabins.
What's a 2-week notice?
Okay, so I adore these 3. Their dynamic is super fun. Aquamarine is the bold, brash, and outgoing one. Rim is the goofy, doofy one. And Turntable is presumably the quieter, more sensible one of the bunch. Can't totally say for sure that's going to be the dynamic, but that's what I kind of got from them. Definitely going to keep an eye on them, especially now we know they're all going to be at the camp together. I am wondering just why Turntable was hesitant to explain why her parents wanted her to go to camp, though. Maybe we'll find out more about that later, too. We zip back to the restaurant now, and Fedora goes to cheer up Buttercup. Yeah, I said it. Cheer up Buttercup. Anyway, it's actually a very sweet scene, seeing Fedora being so supportive of Buttercup, telling him that everyone makes mistakes, and that Strawberry and Froyo both really enjoyed their meal and didn't blame him for what happened. Supportive friends, let's go. Love to see it. Buttercup then asks if Fedora's okay. She's been off the past couple of days. And Fedora tells him that Bola, presumably a relative of some description, since, Bola's also a type of hat, but it isn't specified. Maybe like a step-parent or an older brother who takes care of her. Again, maybe something else we find out more about later. Anyway, Bola wants her to go to a camp. She's not looking forward to it, as she apparently only knows shot glass and her friend. And the way she says friend hints that she doesn't get along with this person well either. Yeah, I'd be a little bit hesitant too if I was going somewhere with only one friend who had another friend that I didn't like. Not a very fun situation to be in. Okay, time to find out who Angel Ring arranged dinner with. It's Box TV and Ringbox. So Ringbox is Angel Ring's great-grandson, and Box TV is Ringbox's partner. Thank you for putting that in the video description. I do love it when the description has this kind of information in it. Because otherwise I wouldn't maybe have been able to piece that together quite as easily. Anyway, Angel Ring explains that he's been invited back to the camp as a counselor for a new competition, and...
I think it's a lovely idea, but what do we have to do with this?
Well, I don't really have a co-host anymore, since, I guess I was wondering if you guys would be willing to co-host with me.
It sounds like a fun time, but I don't know if I could do that.
Box TV, you have worked a lot recently. I think you deserve some time off.
I don't know. Are you sure?
I think it'd be great for you. You've always enjoyed working with kids, so this could be a chance to do something you love again.
That's true.
I would love to, but I have a business trip next week. I wouldn't want to cause trouble for you all.
Don't worry, you can arrive late. Just may have a stand-in for the meantime. To be clear, you guys don't have to show up if you don't want to. We have a week before camp, so feel free to think about it too. Just let me know within the next day or two, yeah?
So yeah, Angel Ring has got some new recruits. Although, as the conversation moves on to other topics, Box TV gets distant and is clearly worried about something. Later, in their room, Ringbox notices she looks off and asks if she's okay, and she just pours out a whole bunch of anxiety about what'll happen if something happens at work while she's away, and, and she's not there to help. What happens if her mom gets sick and she's not around to look after her? What if she just sucks at being a co-host? All normal, everyday worries, right? Right? Come on, it's totally normal to worry about every last thing that can go wrong, right? Just help me out here, everyone. Tell me it's normal. Anyway, Ringbox just does the best supportive partner speech ever and convinces Box TV that it'll be fine, and she agrees to go through with being a co-host. Hooray! Now we hop to the future. Woo! Well, it's just a week further on from that last scene anyway. It's still the future, though, with Angel Ring and Box TV arriving at the camp. They meet Cake Pop at the front, and they have a brief chat. We find out that Box TV and Cake Pop know each other. Just a snippet of interesting info there. Again, all these relationships between these characters that already know each other, we'll probably see more of how they know each other. I'm assuming we'll see more some flashbacks or something, or there'll be discussions about the stuff how they know each other, that kind of thing. Not for right now, though. We've got so much other stuff to get through. After that little chat, though, they head into a cabin to have a chat with Ginger. No time to hang around here, though. We need to get to the train station now and have a proper look at all of these campers. The first two we see are Rim and Turntable, and we finally find out why Turntable's parents wanted her to go to camp.
So, Turney, why are you coming to this camp?
Well, my parents just wanted to get me out there, Felt I wasn't doing it right.
Doing what right?
Everything, honestly. Job, friends, you name it. They just didn't like anything I was doing.
Yeah, I've been there. I get it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, my parents want me out of the house just because I'm loud. But that's pretty close, right?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that is still kind of...
What are you busters talking about?
Just about camp stuff.
And other stuff, like life.
Oof. Yeah, I know how that feels. Trying to live up to high expectations is not easy. I did find it interesting that Turntable had no problem telling Rim this, but was really hesitant earlier when Aquamarine was around, and how she also tried to duck his question about what they were talking about when they ran into him here. I wonder if it's because she's afraid he'll make fun of her for that, or if she just tries to maintain a cool composure around him, maybe trying to impress him and act all cool and stuff, We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Still keep my eye on these three, because I love them. They're definitely my fave three. They then have a chat about what jobs they want to go for after camp's over, and Turntable mentions the restaurant from earlier, which leads to Aquamarine's second flashback of the episode, to the last time he went in there.
Aura Seats is fun. It reminds me of the time I went there. What's up, gangsters? Oh, fucking hell.
I'm here too, for some reason.
And he brought a friend. Hey, boys. How may I take your order? Would you perhaps like a... What would you two like? Aren't calling me sir today, eh? No. Now, what would you like?
I'd just like some strawberry boba.
That'll be right out, sir. And I'd like a pretzel. Oh, that's not so... Without the salt.
I had to include that clip because, firstly, we get to see the other people who work in the restaurant, and they were mentioned in an earlier scene. That's Orange and Watermelon and Bacon. And also because of Buttercup's hilarious reaction when Aquamarine ribs him for not calling him sir. I love this expression so much. I do wonder if there's anything there. Or is Mikey reading too much into things? Because Mikey reads too much into things way too often. I do overanalyze and overthink. But either way, it was really fun. Fedora then walks past them on the phone with her dad, So this is presumably Bola, which probably answers the question now about what that relationship between her and Bola was. Arguing with him about not wanting to go to camp.
I'm not ready for this kind of thing.
Sweetheart, I understand you're hurting, but you need to move on.
I am moving on!
Alright, look. I want you to be able to get out of your shell, Fedora. You used to be so happy and cheerful. Please give this camp a shot, at least.
No! I can do fine enough at home! Why should I have to prove that to you through that dump of a camp?
Hey, Fedora.
Chocolates. Hey!
Are you going to this camp too?
I don't know.
Fedora.
Dad, I don't want this. Why can't you just understand that?
I do understand. But you have to get out there. You're almost an adult. Please?
Fedora, I'd love for you to be there. If you don't want to, though, that's okay. Just know I'd love to have you there.
Alright, I'll go.
Huh. She's hurting? So my first instinct here is to think that her other parents passed away? Or there was a breakup, maybe? Same kind of feelings I'm getting from Angel Ring and the empty chair at the beginning of the episode. Who knows? Maybe that's something Angel Ring and Fedora will have in common, you know? But all it takes is a good friend, maybe wanting to be more than a friend too. Sorry, I'm getting way ahead of myself with relationships again. To change your mind and go to camp, yeah, as soon as Shock Glass was like, oh, I'd love for you to go, Fedora's like, fine, I'll go. Could just be really good friends too. Listen, it's just the way my brain goes sometimes, okay? But hey, talking about friends, remember the friend of Shot Glass that Fedora mentioned earlier? Yeah, we get our first glimpse of them at the end of this little scene too. Ah, a crown. Because they're never characters with ideas above their station and characters who demand all of the respect and attention. Okay, actually, I'm just thinking of Rob Royalty from Orc, actually. And the only other crown I can think of right now is Crown from Love of the... and they're a goofy goofball. Considering how this crown gets Shot Glass's attention, though, it was a very rude ahem. I think this is a robbed royalty situation. Time to meet 3 brand new characters now. Band-Aids, Helmet, and Baseball Helmet. Helmet's trying to reassure a Baseball Helmet about the safety standards at the camp, whereas Baseball Helmet's still worried about things going wrong, and Band-Aids just kind of goes with the flow. It's a brief little intro, but again, seems like a fun trio as well. The conductor of the train then makes an announcement.
This is your conductor. The train for Camp Cinder will begin boarding now. You have all been given a slip of paper, and that will tell you the cabin number and seat number. We are scheduled to leave at 10:30 a.m.
Oh, they're doing that thing where they don't let people hang out with any friends that they came with, leaving the groups up to chance. You know, I still have to deal with this at big work meetings sometimes, and it still stresses me out. On the train, our new trio meets flashcards, and they have immediately won me over. Although I wonder how their paper works. Do they, grow new cards when they run out? The logistics! I need logistics! I really actually don't. It's just, it's animation. I don't need to overanalyze every single little detail, do I? I mean, I will, but I don't need to mention that I do. And this is when we start whizzing through some other characters and get to quickly get a feel for what they're all about. Starting with this bunch.
Nice to meet you guys. I'm Ace, but I like to be called Spade. I enjoy helping others.
Hi, Spade. I'm Beach Ball. I like to dance and generally play fun games with my friends. I can get pretty competitive, though.
That's really cool, Beach Ball. I'm Pom Pom, and I like bread a lot. Ever since I was little, I would always beg my parents to take me to the bakery.
So that's pretty concise, huh? Ace, or Spade, likes helping others. Beach Ball's competitive. Definitely personality traits that will come into play as the challenges begin. And Pom Pom likes bread. I can relate to that. Actually, in all honesty, I can relate to all of those 3. I can be helpful, competitive, and eat everyone's bread. It's totally in my skill set. Over to the table Fedora and Shot Glass are sitting at now.
So what are you guys most excited for with this camp?
I'm excited to make new friends.
I don't actually know. I guess just being away from home will be nice.
I don't really...
Alright, my turn. I am excited to get this thing over with. A royal such as myself should not be subject to such barbaric torture.
Dude, it's just a summer camp.
Yeah? No electronics!
Crown, did you read the manual? There's a TV with cable.
Well, these days, cable is practically meaningless.
You're just saying that because you're rich.
How dare you! It's not my fault my family was born into riches. I didn't wish to be rich. It was just thrust upon me.
Hey, you alright?
Yeah, just loud.
Yeah, well, how about you tell me about yourself to get your mind off things?
Okay, what's your...
Pinwheel. My name is Pinwheel.
I'm Fedora.
Alright, seems like we nailed it with Crown's personality then. Uppity little scamp, that one. We don't get to find out too much about Joker or Pinwheel here, although Pinwheel seems to be the supportive type, helping Fedora to break out of herself a little bit and start chatting. That was nice. I appreciated that. The train then arrives at the camp, and we see some more familiar faces. Strawberry and Froyo are back, and with another friend.
Remember, we have to keep this up.
Fridge?
Fridge, you good?
I gotta go.
Guess they got some business between them, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, seems like Fridge and Pom Pom have beef. Maybe? I mean, judging by Pom Pom's face anyway. That doesn't look like a, "Hi friend, it's so good to see you" face to me. Seems more like a, "What the hell are you doing here" face. Well, also, just keep an eye on Strawberry whenever she's on screen, because she pulls some of the funniest faces in the show. Like this one, in this scene. And there were some good ones earlier in the episode too. That's me trying to get you to go and watch it. Gingerbread then introduces himself to everyone, and it tells them there's a lot of activities to get started with, and introduces everyone to his son, Jello, one of the camp helpers. Hi, Jello!
Hey all, my name is Jello, and I'm here to help out with my father in this lovely camp. Thank you all.
And this is my other assistant, Cake Pop.
Hello all, I'm Cake Pop and I help run the events here at
Didn't
Camp
think
Cinder.
we'd see Jello here, eh, Froyo?
Surprised he even made an appearance.
Maybe you two could talk?
Oh. Seems like him and Froyo know each other too, Maybe not in a good way. I don't know. There's so many threads between these characters already, and I'm so excited to start exploring them as the show goes on. Ginger then introduces Angel Ring with some info about the competition, which is to win whatever's in the case he has. We then find out that Shotglass and Crown are in the same cabin, cabin 12, whereas we also find out that Helmet and Band-Aids are in camp 11. Baseball Helmet got camp 9, so doesn't get to hang out with his friends. Aww. Kind of sad. That's going to happen though. There's a whole bunch of friend groups going to be split up, and we won't get to see all of that until next time, because that is it for now. That's the end of the episode. It's a very interesting start. Lots of characters to get to know, lots of relationships to explore, lots of fun and challenging challenges ahead. I'm sure about that. I had a lot of fun watching this. It was really good. It's also fun to start recognizing more names in credits now as well, after watching so many other shows. Lots of very cool people working on this one, and every single person did a fantastic job. There was a couple of little blips here and there. There was a couple of disappearing assets and maybe some missing things here and there. I actually only spotted 2 things. I don't know why I'm saying there's a few. But the thing is, this kind of stuff happens, okay? Nobody's immune from this kind of thing happening. I'm looking at you, inanimate insanity, weird floating suitcase asset. It happens to the best of us. And one of the best things about that kind of thing happening, actually, is that it's a reminder that there's actually people behind the screen doing this stuff. And to be human is to make mistakes. So there's a proper phrase for that, and I just got it completely wrong. I think to err is to be human. Is that what I'm thinking of? I think that's the phrase. So in a way, it's kind of a relief. It's like, oh yeah, right, real people do this. So anyway, I thought it was really good. It's a good start. I'm really excited to see how all these characters are going to get on with each other and all of the alliances and friendships that are going to be built, and obviously there's going to be rivalries as well, and there's obviously going to be some big plot in the background, because that's just generally how these kind of things always go anyway. What's Angel Ring's deal? You know, what happened with him in the past, and so many things. So many cool things coming up. I'm really excited. It's a good start, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. Good job, Gage and the gang. Keep it up. Whew, just getting all the back-to-back-to-back episode updates. It's just the way it goes, because I do these things alphabetically, and everything just happened to land alphabetically with the episodes. So we're going to roll straight to Jack and Jellyfy now, and we're going to go straight to BFDIE episode 3. Yep, it was a bit of a shorter one. This was the shortest one of the bunch so far, actually. But of course, before we get started, spoiler warning, we're talking about BFDI 3, we're going to talk about the challenge, we're going to talk about who's safe, who gets eliminated, all that kind of stuff. So if you haven't watched it yet, then hop on to the next chapter in the video. But again, as always, please do pop back and check out my thoughts if you want to. I'm assuming if you're even watching this part of the video, you're kind of interested. Sort of, I hope. Alright, let's dive in, shall we? So we start with Needy sneaking up on Beach Ball. Up to no good, I assume.
Ow! Nitty, what did you just put inside me?
I don't know.
I don't feel so good. Why in the world do you have that inside you?
I don't know.
So, what exactly is that stuff? My first thought when we saw Needy was that it was anti-poison, but maybe not. If it does that to you. Perhaps we'll see more of that in future episodes. Seems weird to just mention it once, but also at the same time, that wouldn't surprise me either. Or maybe they don't mention it again for like 10 years. Who knows? Anyway, apparently the challenge in this episode is going to be a two-parter. Part 1, retrieve a necklace from the bottom of a cliff. And everyone rushes to do just that. Well, nearly everyone.
What about this one? Speaker box?
Wow, very cunning. Sidewalkie, there is still another necklace at the bottom of the cliff. Just down there.
How about I toss you down there for me?
Eat it, Ikes. Sidewalkie wins as well.
What? That's not fair! Sidewalkie, me and you are enemies now, and I am not an enemy you want to make, and, well... Ah! I've decided to forgive Sidewalkie. Sticker, you're my enemy now.
Okay. Needy finds the easy way out again, and Sidewalkie just bullies his way to victory. Because we're going to have to put up with Sidewalkie for at least one more episode. Sorry, Sidewalkie fans. I am not a fan. And Toothpaste has her enemy for the episode. I love how Sticker just rolls with it, maintaining her status as one of my top contestants in this season. So the second part of the challenge is a tournament bracket where everyone has to fight, and whoever loses each fight moves on, and whoever loses the last round is eliminated. So basically, win a fight, be safe. Jeez. There's definitely some characters here I'm a bit more worried about. There's definitely some characters who are a bit more fragile than others. Needy and Sidewalkie can also participate from outside, helping or hindering whoever they want. Double or no. Needy already picked on my bouncy star beach ball at the beginning of this episode, and Sidewalkie seems to have a vendetta against Jammy. I have a bad feeling about this challenge already. Two of my favourites may very well be in danger here. Okay, here we go. Ruler demands that Jammy takes Ruler's place in the contest, whipping out a handy-dandy Ruler costume that he just happens to have lying around. How convenient. I mean, not convenient for Jammy, but them's the breaks. Time to draw the first fight, and it is... Oh no. Oh no. The Cheetah's Alliance are already up against each other. I'm sure they can figure a way to resolve this without violence.
Oh my gosh, Rose, I can't fight you. We're in an alliance. What about this? We do rock, paper, scissors, and then the loser forfeits. That sounds much better than...
Come on, it's a competition, not a picnic.
Or maybe not. Well, Needy did take Beach Ball out again, but not willingly. Well, not that she put up much of a fight either, though, but let's be honest, that was all Rose. I was worried about Beach Ball, but they've still got chances to stay in. Stickers up against Toothpaste next. Ah yes, the new enemies didn't have to wait long to get stuck into each other, did they? Or you know, Sticker could just pull out a knife and chase Toothpaste around in circles. Stealing Toothpaste a bit there, aren't you, Sticker? And, this looks like it might take a while. Best get another round started up in the meantime while that goes on. Ruler and Jammy are meant to be up against each other next, but Ruler's clearly not going to be stepping into that ring. So, what you got up your sleeve, Jammy?
Wait, where's Ruler?
I need Ruler to win, so just kill me.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll all work out.
Why hasn't anyone wanted my help yet? Needy is weak, see?
Jammy wins.
What? You are the worst henchman ever! Trying to make yourself win, eh?
No, it was Sidewalky's fault. I'm not even sure why he's allowed to be on stage to begin with.
I thought it would be cool.
It's not.
Okay, then you guys are no longer allowed to help.
No! I can still destroy you!
That won't work this time, Sidewalky.
No!
Ah, so it's sabotage against your boss, eh, Jammy? I mean, no, clearly it isn't, but that's not going to change Ruler's mind. Also, I do love how quickly the announcer gives up the idea of having Sidewalky and Needy take part from outside. This announcer's just so sporadic with things. Can't trust what he's going to do from one second to another. Needy did seem very devastated by that news as well, didn't she? Yes. How tragic. You know, I wasn't totally sold on her before, but she is starting to grow on me, I've got to say. David versus Fern next, and I fear for my boy Fern in this fight. Oh, especially after what we saw David do to Sidewalky in the previous episode. We know David could take Sidewalky out, so David could take anybody out. Well, I guess it's, you know, in the BFDI universe, it feels like anybody can take anybody else out, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know about Fern. But before we can even get to the fight starting, how's that fight between Toothpaste and Sticker going?
Are you okay? Hello? Is he dead?
Yes, that's how Davids die. Fern wins.
Hey!
Toothpaste wins.
Yeah!
Okay. Fern is safe, which is awesome. But can we talk about that Sticker death? Suffocating to death on the floor? While your body runs around panicking? Yeah, stick that one on the dark counter, please. There's one on the dark counter for sure. 100%. Add it. My poo sticker. Advert time now and... Wait, advert time?
Has this ever happened to you? We'll buy our untested shield. It'll protect you for all your popping annoyances. Yay! It'll only cost you 9 installments of $58,000 times 74. So yeah, buy now. Oh, and the bike pump is also available for sale if you want that too. Yeah!
Get out of here, yellow face. Nobody, and I mean nobody, needs that product. Sheesh. Alright, where were we? Yes. Into the semi-finals now, and it's Ruler up against Sticker, with Ruler telling Jammy she'd better not mess up this time. Sticker employs the same tactic she did against Toothpaste, because that worked so well before. And speaking of Toothpaste...
Sticker probably thinks I'm done with her now, but she's still my enemy. Watch!
What's this?
Ruler wins.
There, Ruler. You won.
But I'm not forgetting what happened here today.
Another one for the dark counter. Sticker is suffocated in glue and now drowned in jam. She's having a horrible time. And as for Ruler and Jammy, yeesh. Jammy needs to try and break out of this one. She won for you in the end, dude. Will you chill? Look how sad she is there. I feel awful for her. Even if she does keep trying to out the Cheaters Alliance as, cheaters. David versus Beach Ball next. And whoever loses this one faces off against Sticker to see who gets eliminated. Man, there's a shot. Sticker and Beach Ball are my top two. Sorry, David fans. Sidewalkie tries to get in there to take David out as revenge for what happened in the last episode, but Announcer isn't having any of that.
Ow!
You worried at all?
Worried. What for?
You and your little cheater friend might have to face off. One of you will have to go home.
Nah, Beach Ball will win here for sure.
Hey!
Oops, I guess David wins. That's a good thing.
No! You can't split the Cheaters Alliance up this early. They're so fun. Ah, nuts. Okay, let's get this over with. It's gonna break my heart either way.
I can't believe this. I can't fight you, BB.
I can't fight you either, Sticker.
Boo!
Only one of us can win. BB, if this is what it comes down to, I bought this.
Oh, yeah? Well, I brought the protective shield.
Our protective spray doesn't work! I repeat, our protective spray doesn't work!
No! What the?
Sticker wins.
Rest in peace.
I'm not dead forever!
Alright.
But you are eliminated. Beach Ball, goodbye. And that's the end of our third challenge. The rest of you survived and get...
hello?
Yikes. Don't worry, I have an idea. Anyway, for the rest of you, today's cake is a piece of this ruler costume I found lying around. No idea why this exists. Fling.
Mikey is sadness. I was really hoping we could have a lot more Beach Ball and Sticker shenanigans. But that's the way it goes, I suppose. I still have Sticker, Fern, and Jammy. Alright. That was it. It was another fun little episode. Aside from Beach Ball being eliminated, I'll have to just get over it. These weekly BFDIE fixes are going to be something to really look forward to. Bring on episode 4. And if one of my top 3 that are left goes out, I swear, I'm not going to do anything, because I don't have the power to do anything. But I'm going to be upset. Again. Okay, so another thing that happened from Jack and Jellyfy was we did get the TPOT 21 announcements that we have been waiting for. We got this. Experience the premiere of Battle for Dream Island at TPOT 21 at select theaters across the US on January the 29th, 2026. The aftermath of One's takeover finds our contestants in another insectophobe's nightmare. So the tickets go on sale. Well, they went on sale yesterday, actually. So if you haven't snagged one yet, better check the site out and see if there's a location near you to check out. We did also get a couple of posters as well, which are really cool. We got this and we got this. It was pointed out, quickly note this first, that we haven't had Insectophobe's Nightmare 5 yet. So the running theory right now is that one of the BFDIE episodes is going to be Insectophobe's Nightmare 5. I mean, that's all I can imagine it's going to be, because I can't see BFDIE finale coming out before this does. So BFDIE might be a safe bet, or it could be BFDI Mini Redux, which is going on right now. It could be one of those. Who knows? But anyway, that was something that somebody did point out. Also, the poster that we got for it here with the characters. So it's interesting because at the end of episode 19, we know that Winner got recovered through the Wireless Recovery Center remote. Loser turned up. They reunited. Fiery Jr. popped out of the torch that Loser was carrying. Grassy's still alive because Grassy was in the vents. The Force, obviously, must have just been kicking around somewhere because the Force was just running around being a menace. But Lai was dead at the end of the last challenge, so how come Lai is there and nobody else is? Just makes me think that Lai plays a big part in this episode, but it's going to be interesting to see. They must recover other people, surely. But it's going to be interesting to see how other people react to Lai after that little rampage she went on in the last challenge. And of course, as well, in the Insectophobes Nightmare poster on this side, we do have the hotel, and we've got the silhouette of 2 in the window. 2 got out of bed. 2's up and about. So things are moving. Things are going to be happening. I am very excited to see this one. Anybody who gets to go to the cinema to watch it, I hope you have the most amazing time. I really do. And as for me, I'll be sitting at home, twiddling my thumbs all day on January the 30th, waiting for that YouTube video to drop so we can go over that one. And because it's a Friday, yeah, that's going to be a midweek episode the week after to go over that, I think, because I'm not going to have time to go over it and get ready for Saturday. So there's going to be, get ready for a couple of multiple episode weeks of OSR in the next couple of weeks, because we also have, well, we'll get to it, actually. We'll get to it later. I always get ahead of myself, but that's all the Jack and Jellyfish stuff we've got. TPOT 21 will be here at the end of the month. That's my birthday week as well. There's going to be so much cool stuff happening on my birthday week. I know I mentioned this last time. It's like we've got Power 2 Episode 1. Episode 1? Wow, went back in time a little bit. We've got the Power 2 Episode 21. I think I mentioned it as well. We're going to see Markiplier's movie on the 29th, which is the same day that it comes out and this comes out in the cinemas. That's going to be really fun. I get my own cinema trip to go to, so at least I get to go to the movies to watch something that's also a limited release. So that's kind of fun. And yeah, and then I get to have one heck of a birthday week. Yay. Over to Mooncookiez now, and we got a teaser for episode 1B of Pop-Tart Pursue, but I am maintaining my good voice status, and I will not be watching this trailer. I am not going to do it. I want to go in like this. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know anything that's going on with anything. This is also one of the reasons I didn't hop into any object show servers for the longest time, because I know there is episode discussions and stuff in there, and sometimes little sneak peeks of things. I have hopped into a few servers now. If you're in them, you know I'm in them. Maybe. I'm generally kind of quiet. I keep myself on the down low. But yeah, there's usually I just try and avoid as much as I can, because I don't really want to know stuff. I like the anticipation, okay? It's like, it's very tempting. You know how tempting it was to click on this? But I didn't do it. No. I have maintained my resilience and my, there's another word that I can't quite remember. What the heck is it? What, my internal dictionary is not working. Help. Anyway, I haven't clicked on it. But if you want to go check it out, you can. Just head on over to Mooncookiez channel. Exciting times, though. I am looking forward to seeing what happens in episode 1B. The challenge looks really fun. If you haven't watched 1A, you should just go watch it. We talked about it in the previous episode. Go check that out, and then go check the episode out. Or the other way around. I don't know, it's up to you. Do what you want. Okay, we got a big old update from pikpilled as well. Check this out. Hello! Out in the open, 3 sneak peek and a New Year's message from me. Here we go. Just want to thank you all for the support of this show, Out in the Open, and just the channel in general. It feels so unreal seeing all the fan art and cosplays and edits and fanfics and all the love for these stupid characters that we all love, and just the show in general, and I want to thank you all for that. I will always sit down to read and watch all the stuff you guys make, and I will go back and watch it all again. That's super sweet. I love this. This is such a nice message. I'm just going to go out and say that any other show, Battle for Pick, AS, Tenant Tussle, will in no way take priority over Out in the Open any day. If that ever happens, which it won't anytime ever, just to specify that again, then I would just make something similar on you entirely. This year I wanted episodes to come out a lot quicker and not take 6 months in between episodes, which does seem like a huge stretch. Though when I thought of making that promise, I realized that my personal life this year is going to take a big smack to my pick face, and I might not be able to get a lot of stuff out as much. I just want to say that now. And again, open, honest, straight up front with people. This is what I love. I love seeing this kind of stuff. I really do. This is why I love when people use that post function on YouTube. It's there for a reason. You can give little updates to people because you don't crank out new episodes of stuff every day for people. Just a quick update post, say, hey everyone, I'm doing great, and we're working on stuff. I hope you're all doing great. Even that works. Though I'll still try to do stuff with the time that I do have. Again, it's all just unfortunate. Bleh. I'll also never make that mistake of doing a 30-minute episode again, unless it's very important, because that was wow. If anything, I can always split them into A and B parts. Win-win for all. That's all I wanted to say. I'll keep updating on this stuff on here in the community post. Happy domering, peoples. So yeah, this is a kind of update I really enjoy, and I've said it before. I will say it again. It always bears repeating. Communicating with your community like this, it honestly doesn't take much effort. Yes, there can be you can maybe have worries in the back of your head that whatever you post gets overanalyzed. You might get the negative comments from people and all that kind of thing. So I get it from that perspective for sure. So I'm not saying that you have to do community posts. You don't have to do updates. I'm just saying it's just a really nice way to connect with people. And pikpilled did a really good update with this one. I really enjoyed reading this, and it was just really nice to have the first little bit about just saying, oh, wow, you guys are all awesome. Thanks for all the support. And then the open, honest part in the second part about, look, I might not get as much out as I wanted to get out. Look, life is life. It happens. I try and say the same thing all the time. I do this with whatever free time I manage to scrape together. I do try and schedule when I do these things. I do try and get them. I don't try. I do. I get them recorded on a Friday. I get them edited on a Friday, so they're good to go on a Saturday. And those midweek ones, I just try and rattle them out whenever I can to make sure they're up by Tuesday or Wednesday. And the interviews I've done so far, that's all based on when the person I'm talking to is free. So that's obviously I have to work with someone else's schedule, but the interview videos are generally going to go up midweek. I don't think you'll see those land on a weekend. And again, I just do what I can with the time I have. I don't like harping on about it too much because I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but I do have full-time job. I have family. And, there's times I do just want to sit and just relax, I couldn't imagine doing this kind of thing all the time and only doing this because then maybe it would become a bit of a drain on the energy, I like doing this once a week. I have a nice little build up to it and I get to enjoy doing it. And I really enjoy the editing process too, because when I'm going through all the little bits and pieces from episodes I pulled out and put those in, I'm like giggling to myself going, oh yeah, I remember this bit now. So it's like, I want to try and keep it enjoyable to do. And this is also relates to people who make shows too. It's got to be enjoyable. And if you just grind all the time and you don't do anything else and you don't step away from it and take breaks from it, even if it is personal life stuff that you've got to do, it's still good to get away from it for a bit because then when you come back to do it again, you can go, oh, I've been looking forward to doing this. So it's really important to have balance. You've got to have balance in things, so it's like, and I know I talked about myself a lot there, but I was trying to relate it to how other people go about their creative stuff too, and how I think you should maintain everything because burnout is very real, and I'd hate to see people really, really stretching themselves too thin to make things. We can all wait an extra few weeks, month, whatever for something, right? We can always wait. Thank you for the update, pikpilled. Really appreciate it. And whatever personal things it is, if it's just busyness or other things, just take care. Put yourself first. Always got to do that. It's really important. You are the most important person. Okay, we got another THREEEE update from Webz. Episode's 85% done. Hey, it was 86 before. Just shaved a % off somewhere to redo something, maybe. I can finally, confidently say the episode comes out January the 24th. Sorry for all the delays. Life has been crazy. But in 2026, I'll be uploading way more videos and hopefully 3 episodes of THREEEE, counting this one. What a good amount to upload. 3 episodes of THREEEE? Perfect. Couldn't ask for anything more apt than that, could we really? So yes, January the 24th. It did get pushed back. It did get pushed back another week, but that's fine. That's totally fine because that also lands just around my birthday time. So this is what I was saying. I get a new episode of THREEEE. I get Markiplier's movie. I get TPOT 21. I get to have a nice meal out. I'm going to have a whale of a time my birthday week. Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. There were some other updates from Griffin as well, though, and this is just the dang sweetest. Griffin got engaged. I love this so much. Oh, look at the ring. I'm jealous, by the way. That ring is beautiful. So, you know, if this is one of the reasons that THREEEE was delayed a little bit because of all this, I'm all for that. You go and do your thing, buddy. This is amazing. I love this. This really just brightened up my morning. I was just, you know, checking everybody's feeds out, and I was like, oh, all the best to the both of you. I really do hope you have a fantastic 2026. This is just amazing. Big congratulations. I love it. Gonna cry. I'm gonna stop now before I cry. Alright, final update of the day, and it is from Yolkroll, and the Floors team is looking for some help. Again. They're looking for animators and background artists. So, if you are one of those, or aspiring to be one of those, and are 15 or older, then hop on over to the Discord server and see if you can hop on in there to lend a hand. It is unpaid at this moment in time, but it's honestly, they're an awesome bunch. The people I do know from the Floors team are absolutely wonderful people. You will be in really good hands with them. I will link this video in the description because then you can go and check it out, and the Discord server link is already is in the video description as well. So, yes, go and help Floors out. The show looks amazing. I love the concept. It needs to happen. So go over there and help make it happen. So that's it for another episode of Object Show Roundup. Look at that. We went through 2 more things that are brand new to my eyeballs. And they were really fun to watch, and I am really excited. There's still so much going on. But I do want to talk about a couple of things I've talked about before. Talked about near the end of December. So one of the things I mentioned was Object Show Rewind, and I said I was going to think about the name, because if I call it Object Show Rewind, it's also going to be called OSR. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to roll with that, because then OSR fits both. It's just easy, isn't it? Just keep it all OSR. But I am still planning on doing that. Now, the idea behind that was shows that have a fair few episodes that are already out, rather than trying to squeeze them into regular episodes of this, I will give them a special episode where I talk through everything they've released so far. So that was the plan for Object Show Rewind, and I do want to start doing it. But this next few weeks is going to be busy, because you know there's a lot of stuff coming out, and I'm going to have to work on midweek episodes of things, and I'll get to it. There's other things that are going to take a little bit of time up as well, but I do have a kind of framework and a kind of plan for when I could do the first episode of it, because I have taken some time off in the middle of February from my job, and I'm like, ooh, I just had some days I needed to use up before the end of March. So I was like, well, and I didn't think about this at the time when I was booking the days, but I booked these days off, and I looked, I was like, maybe that week I could work on the first Object Show Rewind episode. Right? And I don't want to stress myself out or try and schedule those. It's something I would just work on here and there, and once one was ready, I would just upload it. That's kind of how those are going to work. So I could spend a good bunch of that week doing the first episode of Object Show Rewind. I've got a list of shows to go through, and I'll just pick one, and I'll just go through it, and we'll head through every episode and all that stuff. So yes, so the first episode of Object Show Rewind should pop up near the back end of February, shall we say. After that, I don't know when the next one would happen. It just depends, because I don't want to have to take time off work every time I want to do one. But once I've done one and I get a feel for it, I could maybe just pick it away doing another one here and there, right? So, but again, I don't want to commit to saying it's going to be every month or whatever. It's just going to be whenever I'm ready to do one. But of course, I don't want to fall behind too far on shows, so I do want to try and get them done quick-ish. But again, it's just going to be whenever I can, because it's going to be another thing on top of doing this every week, and another thing on top of arranging interviews, which is where I was going to lean into next. So yes, the interview with Minty Town went up earlier this week. If you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. Minty was such a fun guest to have back. So after the interview with Sentry and Minty that was up last month, Minty did say it'd be nice to just have a one-on-one chat to talk about some of my own stuff more. And I was like, let's do it. I don't mind at all. You are more than welcome back. So this was the first, what you would call, I guess, a repeat guest. And it's something that might happen more in the future too. Someone I've talked to already might pop back again and want to talk about other stuff again, you know? Like, so it could be a thing. But I do want to say that the next 2 interviews that are planned, and I never want to say they're guaranteed, but I really hope we do get them both done, because both of the people have been absolutely delightful to talk to, and I am really excited to get to know them more. But the next 2 were brand new people, brand new interviewees who have not been on the show before. So I wanted to get that right out there, just so you know, they are brand new. The first one will hopefully be ready for kind of mid-February-ish. Hoping to get that all recorded, edited, and up before I have that week off, right? So I can then focus on that Object Show Rewind, right? So that's one of the things I'm going to be busy with. Lots of episodes of stuff coming out. Going to have to do some midweek OSR episodes. Got an interview to schedule and get done. But then that little break there. And then, so hopefully the next interview, yes, will be up mid-February-ish. And then the one after that will be mid-March-ish. I want to try and aim for middle of the month every time, and I don't want to try and do more than one a month. There's a couple of reasons for that, and for the sake of transparency, it is, one, just because, again, my limited time that I have, I don't want to overcommit to doing too much, because if I try and do too much, then I fall behind on things, and if I miss doing something, I'm going to be annoyed at myself for missing doing something. So if I keep myself a schedule I know I can keep, that makes it easier for me to hold myself accountable for things. So that's one of the reasons I only wanted to do one interview a month. Another reason is I don't have a whole stack load of people lined up to interview. So I do have these 2 upcoming ones. I've got one other person, but I haven't properly asked them yet. But I do have plans to reach out to somebody else to see if they want to be on the interview roster as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for going forwards for plans. Just so you know what I'm up to and what's going on, and you know, I know people have been enjoying the interviews, which is really, really good. I really enjoy doing them. You know, it's like, it's obviously a lot of organizing, because you've got to, you know, time zones as well. You got to figure out like what time is it for you, and what's the best time to talk to you. And sometimes things come up, and I've got to go do this day, so I can't actually do this. And I always like to have a little I always love to have a get to know you chat before we do the interview call, because like I don't want to hop on a call with somebody I haven't even talked to, because it'll feel really awkward, because we're not on the same kind of wavelength talking wise, and we don't really know each other's mannerisms and quirks and stuff. So I like to let's have a little hangout chat first, you know, and like they've all been super fun as well. Like I had one of those with Mikey and Cherry before they were on the live stream in September. I did that with Stone before we sat down and did all the Biffnuff chat. Stone is so much fun to talk to, by the way. Everybody is. I don't want to single anybody out in particular. Everybody's just been so wonderful, and every single call I've been on has been just delightful. Everybody is so nice. That's just generally been my takeaway from things since starting all of this. It's just been so amazingly fun. But anyway, this is all stuff I've said before. I've said my piece. I said what I needed to say. That's everything for now. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend, or if you're watching this way after the video comes out, a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Love and appreciate all of you. keep watching object shows, keep discovering new object shows, keep making object shows, and Mikey's going to be right there at some point to check them out. Toodaloo!